I built this little woodshed. It's a good place to store my wood, better than this tarp. I built it out of pallets. I got a bunch of spare pallets from a roofing company in town, and they're not the best pallet, really. You can see that the wood on them is real thin. It's very small, but they were solid. They were like this on the inside and the outside. So what I did was just look for the best side, and then I stripped the other side off of them so that I could put stringers in there and nail them together. But and it's mostly all scrap. Most of the lumber that I had to buy was just on the rafters. You can see where some of them are broken. And like I said, they were just pallets, and they were I took the best side of them. I got about 28 of them from a roofing company, and I'll show you the inside here. This is the inside, and they're only like 3-inch, 1.5 by 3-inch boards. Like I said, they're real thin, chintzy pallets, but they were meant for being thrown away. So anyhow, that's what it looks like. And then we've got clear panels on the ceiling, and this isn't really a window. It's actually, I'm going to cover that and put shutters on it so that in the winter time, or when I'm getting wood, I'll have a little door there that I can throw the wood out, throw it in or out. And these are just panels, plastic panels from Home Depot. I think they were like $17 a sheet. That was the cheapest I could find. Tried to get something that would match the cabin, but that wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to spend $40 a sheet for metal roofing. And this is the old woodshed. It's just a pallet, or a pallet. It's just a tarp thrown over my wood pile. Now I get all this split and brought in, and it's real close to the cabin. You can see it looks pretty decent. Nothing fancy, but it will keep it dry, and it's a nice easy walk to the cabin. Behind that orange tarp right there is a wall of firewood right now that we were using that over the winter. It kind of blocks some of the wind from blowing snow in on the deck, and kept the wood dry. But spring is coming. Well, it's kind of here. Things are starting to bud out and everything, so that was a storage place last winter, but it doesn't really hold enough to really, it doesn't last very long. And even this doesn't last long, but I did over the winter split about what is this, probably half a cord, and threw it on a pallet near the house. So this will get used up. There's that wall I made of firewood, and then we've got that by the door. So we've got quite a bit of wood still. Over the summer I'm going to buy more and split more, and just try to fill up at least one wall of that. I figure that thing will hold really close with just a row on each side from the floor, which is right now it's pallets and it's not level. I have to bring in some gravel and throw gravel in there. But if I stack that from the floor up on each side, I can get about almost 6 cords in there. And if I do the entire thing, then I can get close to 12 cords in it. And I didn't go through more than, I think, 2.5 cords this winter, so it'll be more than enough. Right now I just put this stuff in there. That won't be staying in there, and that's some of the leftover wood. Some of that is going to go to reinforce the walls. Some of that's going to be trim, and this thing will be gone. This will be out of here. And these tools, I might put hooks on the outside of the building, and I can hang the shovels, the snow shovels. Usually in the wintertime, I'll have a shovel by the back door, I'll have a shovel by the front door, and then that third one, I'll probably, last winter I kept it in my truck, but this year I might hang it out here. I put some hooks on the outside of the building. I built the overhang about 2 feet on this end, and then on the other end it's about a foot, but that way I can put my garbage cans, 2 on each side. And then this is my well. It's just a fiber or a styrofoam insulation, kind of keeps it warm, keeps it insulated so it doesn't freeze up. And then this, my lawnmower, the handle can be folded over, and then I'm going to put hooks up here, somewhere up in here towards the top, and then I'm going to hang it down. It'll hang on the wall. I've got a tent out in the driveway, but I realized this last spring it gets wet in there. Water still gets in with all the snow melt and everything it runs in. So whatever I can put in here, I will. I'm not going to put, I'm going to go through all of that and try to clean out some of that stuff, but the snow blower will be gone hopefully soon. And then I'll start, I'll get it finished. There's nothing that really has to be done, but I'm going to put some trim on these corners. You can see here where they're just cheap pallets. They were never meant for anything but to haul shingles and shakes and then basically be thrown away. I just happened to find them and get lucky. I've got some extra wood. These were covered, like I said, on the inside and the outside the same way. So I took the best side and kept it on, and then the bad side I just pried those off. But I'll take all these broken ones off, like down there and up here, maybe that one. I'll pry them off and I'll put good clean boards on there that aren't all broke up. And I like the spaces in between, so you get airflow through there. Your wood will dry out. But I don't want too much, because then wind and everything will blow in. I started this last year, but didn't get it finished. The weather came in, and then I sprained my ankle, and by the time I recovered from that and could get up on a ladder, I had about a foot of snow, and so I didn't really want to deal with that. Anyhow, that's the newest update to the cabin life here in Clam Gulch. And we'll see. I'll show you around here a little bit. You can kind of get an idea. We got cranes down in the pond down there. I don't see them right now, but they were there yesterday. All that's pretty flooded right now with all the rain, and it rained today, and then the snow melted. But anyhow, you can hear the highway down there. Traffic's starting to get busy. All my trees are starting to get buds on them. So it won't be long, I'll be hidden up here again. Cut out some of the sound of the darn highway down there. This is all going to get taken out of here this year. That was the old wood pile from I don't know how long back, but it was all rotten, and that's going to be gone this year. And then that wood pile down there is good wood. It's going to end up in the shed. And let's see, just a little walk around. There's the tent. It did good. It did okay. But like I said, when everything melted, I had probably 3 feet of snow around the outside of it at least. And when all that melted, it just kind of went inside. I've got plastic down on the floor, tucked up along the walls to try to keep the water out, but it still went in. So anyhow, this is the view here from the side. And again, you can see all my little trees are starting to bloom again. We'll have all kinds of great leaves and stuff. That tree out there that's at an angle, all that is going to be cut down, cut up. That'll go in the shed, the wood shed. This tree was Bo's favorite playground, but it's going to be gone. I'm cutting it up. Looks like there's just a little bit of leaves are starting to come in on it, but the year before last I had a lot of moose come through here and eat this, and that's about the only thing that's left is right up there. You can see this limb that's broke off, these limbs right there. Where is it? Right there. That's about 8 feet in the air, and that was broke off by the moose. They get up there and they tear the limbs down and eat what they can. And but it's just about done, so I'm going to get rid of this tree this year before it rots. Birch tends to rot real fast, so it'll make good firewood. My archery targets, the snow was actually up over the top of these archery targets this last winter. It was real deep. So it's almost waist deep. When I stand up next to the target, it comes up to almost to my waist. So I'm gonna move these targets. When they put in the septic system, they cleared a big area, and that's gonna go over there. And then over here this year, this is going to be my rifle range. Now I'm going to get, this is the bench, and it's kind of at a funny angle, but that's because I'm kind of shooting downhill. If you look way down the hill down there, right down there, there is a pallet, and that's at 100 yards. So I'm going to clear this area out. I'm going to rent a dozer this year and push back all the fire hazards from around the cabin, and then I'm going to clear a pathway down to that target so we can sight in our rifles for moose season this fall. There's the cabin. So it's real close to the cabin, but the shooting range in town is 30-something miles away, and you got to join the gun club. So I can have my own gun club here. And this is all my cranberries, wild cranberry coming in all over here. And then if you go down kind of on the edge of the swamp, not the swamp, but on the edge, near the water, but not quite in it, back in that area, all along the edge of the hill here, down there, there is tundra tea growing. I don't know what its actual name is, but makes a tea, and it's kind of almost peppermint. Really, really good. Doreen showed me that, and so we drink it every once in a while. And some of the trees here have chaga growing in them, and it's kind of like a fungus. Anyhow, tastes like a real bitter coffee to me, and it's supposed to be really healthy. And I've got a little bit of that growing. And some of these trees, some of these birch trees, I don't see any right offhand. Closer to the house I find it. But it's really super good, and it's supposed to be real healthy. So I don't know, it hasn't killed me yet. I hear a lot of people rave about it, so I trust them. And then back here, I don't know if you can see this, but that's the neighbor's road. Goes back, and there's some properties back in there. I don't know how big the properties are, but I never see them here. I think they've been here one time this spring. That's been about it. They were here more last summer, so I think they only come around when the summer is here. Anyhow, that's basically all the wild and exciting updates. There really isn't any exciting updates, but that's it.